If a man's life revolves around his mother, he is not going to have much time for another woman. If he was to get into a relationship, then he is unlikely to have much time for her. His mother will come first, and his partner will come second. In the beginning, his partner might not have much of an issue with this, but as time passes, this is unlikely to be the case. The reason that this might not be much of an issue at first is because she could believe that he just cares about his mother. However, as time passes, she is likely to see that he doesn't just care about her, he is caught up with her life. Naturally, as a number of her needs won't be met, this is going to cause her to experience a lot of frustration. Due to how unavailable he is, she may think that she would be better off by herself. Now, while he may be able to see that he is out of balance and is too caught up with his mother, he might not be able to see this. If he is aware of this, he will be able to do something about it, so that he can start to be there for himself and his partner. Then again, if he is not aware of this, he will continue to neglect himself and his partner. And if his partner was to open up about what is going on for her, and to point out that he is out of balance, he could deny what she says. After this, and/or a number of conversations like it, he could experience a strong need to keep her at a distance and get away from her. This will show that he sees her as the problem. She could then consciously or unconsciously pick up on this and feel the need to move closer. If so, this could show that she carries early wounds that relate to being emotionally deprived, and him pulling away unlocks her fear of being left. Of course, he won't be her mother and/or father, but at a deeper level, this won't be something that she is aware of. At this level, she will see him as someone from her past, and this is why he will be seen as being in control of whether she lives or dies. So, if she does try to get closer to him, he is likely to experience an even greater need to keep her at bay. This will illustrate that how he saw her when he first met her, and perhaps for a little while afterwards, is radically different to how he sees her now. At this point, he is likely to feel both smothered and trapped, and thus need to get away in order to experience inner control and feel at ease. Additionally, he could be experiencing a sense of disgust, and this will be why he is repelled by her. As a result of this, she won't be seen as someone that is good for him. She will be seen as someone who is bad for him. Therefore, like a pathogen in the air, he will need to protect himself from something that would undermine and even kill him. When he has the need to get away, then, there will be what is going on for him at a mental, emotional, and physical level. The thoughts that he has, how he feels, and his body's response will be there to mobilize him into action, to allow him to get away from a threat. The big question is, why was he drawn to her at one stage and repelled by her at another? Also, it could be said that there is no reason for him to see her as a threat to his survival. As strange as his behaviour may appear to be, it is likely to soon make sense if his early years were taken into account. This is likely to have been a stage of his life when he missed out on the love that he needed in order to grow and develop in the right way, instead of his mother being focused on meeting his needs, she is likely to have been caught up with her own and used him to meet some of her adult and unmet developmental needs. As he was deprived of the emotional nutrients that he needed and was mistreated, he would have been deeply wounded and disgusted by her behavior. Ultimately, the disgust that he experienced was a natural consequence of the fact that he was being violated. But as he was powerless and totally dependent, he wouldn't have been able to act on this disgust and get away from her. His only option was to disconnect from and repress what was going on for him and go into a collapsed state. This would have allowed him to be there for his mother, but not be aware of how he felt or his needs. Many years would have passed since this stage, but as what took place hasn't been resolved and is still held inside him, he will replay this scenario with other women. The difference is that while he wasn't able to get away from his mother, he will be able to get away from another woman. So taking this into account, if you're a man in this position, and when you are with a woman you have the need to get away from her and experience disgust, then it is likely to be a continuation of how it was for you during your early years with your mother. And so you're going to have pain to work through and unmet developmental needs to experience. And in order to undertake this process, you may need to reach out for external support. But the main thing is that you don't suffer in silence, and that you do what you need to do to gradually change your life. If you would like to find out more about the services that I offer, please go to www.oliverjrcooper.co.uk or email me at info@oliverjrcooper.co.uk, and I'm looking forward to assisting you on your journey.